Starting at the beginning of your membership journey, when did you sign up and what encouraged you to sign up?
Yeah, so we signed up for membership about a year ago. It was after the new year, and we were feeling like we were just sort of drowning in stuff. Um, we'd had two kids by then and had all of these bins of hand-me-downs that we'd carefully set aside that we were then needing to bring out, and had not just one but two kids that were constantly outgrowing things and wanting new toys and all of these things, and they were in these bins downstairs. And in the day-to-day of chasing around a 4 and 5 year old, she was four and then she was five, and then the baby, and who quickly became mobile. And the second I would turn to do something or organize something, she would be behind me undoing the whole thing in a different capacity. So um, it was we realized we just needed help because there was no moment when I could actually effectively organize something. All of my moments were taken trying to keep eagle eyes on my children to make sure they didn't take all of the tissues out of a box, or I'd be folding clothes to put them in a bin nicely, and it would all just it was Sisyphusian. So I decided, in a sort of harm reduction approach for myself, that if I was able to get more help, that I should get more help, rather than just think that I could do it all, or beat myself up for not doing it the way that I felt like it should be done. So my wife talked about how to budget for it, and we figured out that it was a priority for our mental health and our marriage and our happiness and our ease at home. Every little bit of ease that we sort of are able to bring into ourselves, I know that we are able to then give to our kids. And if I'm all wound up because I can't find anything, um, it's just less fun for us all.
How does your home feel now compared to before signing up?
Oh, it's so much better. And it's funny because, we were thinking, oh, maybe we'll just do the sign up for a year. We'll do a membership, and then the kids will be older. The sizing of the clothes will be more stable. But, we just signed up for another year just a little bit ago. And in that, we always have this thought of like, okay, the organizers are gone. We know where everything is. Everything is clear and good. And then life happens. And in the period of time between one session and the next, we find ourselves, the water starts to rise again. And by the time that the date of the organization, y'all come back, quarterly, by the time that comes around, we are saying to each other, oh my God, thank God. So, I mean, I am a busy neurodivergent mom who is constantly chasing kids, and my mental load is heavy. I have to know where all things are at all times, and it's often too much. And I feel really grateful to be able to share the load with people who get it and get me and have made systems based on how I am rather than how I wish I was.
What aspects of your life have changed since having a membership?
Since having a membership, there is an ease that I have had in knowing that I don't have to wait for everything to break to call y'all back. You're able to get what you need to get done in the membership time, and I don't have to get to a point that is beyond the pale for me to finally reach out. I feel like so often when we don't have a system in place, we can get to a point where it feels like, oh my gosh, I finally realized I'm drowning. I will ask for help. I don't have to get there anymore. It's been really helpful that I'm able to say, oh wow, things are getting a little chaotic, but I know that there is help coming. There's sort of like a mental feedback loop, I think, that happens, and knowing that there's a plan in place, and that I can sort of start flagging and organizing what needs to happen next for my home to feel manageable and tidy. Another thing that's changed is that more regularly when I have friends over, they look at my pantry and they say, wow. So, and And I mean, I'm not going out here for like, the trying to impress the moms, but like, ooh, the feeling of people seeing my pantry and saying, oh my gosh, it's just that was always so hard for me before. And it's this little grin of like, I know where things are and I'm gonna write a meal plan this week.
And I'm proud of my house.
Yes, I'm proud of it. I have people over. I mean, for a long, long time, probably until I started getting organizers, I was not a person that hosted. I don't have people over because I got too many piles on my brain everywhere. And so I host now.
How has a more organized home influenced how and where you spend time with your kids and your partner?
Oh, we're home all the time. Having a more organized home really helps us to feel happy being here. I know where the toys are. I know where the current toys I play with are, and the current toys they play with are out since y'all help us with toy rotations. And all of the mommy blogs are always like, do a toy rotation. And that is very difficult to pull off, particularly when your children are around you and they're yelling at you to not put that toy away. So y'all are able to help us have a toy rotation that is invisible to my children, and they just show up and love the toys that are there. So we spend more time at home. We have more people over. It is a more peaceful place, and that sort of rolls forward into the way that we're able to use the space. And I know that when y'all help us with the pantry again, suddenly so much stuff is found that it is like, and especially the shelf stable stuff where that gets pushed in the back, I'm able to look at the expiration dates and prioritize how I'm going to use them, and I have less food waste and I have less product waste. I mean, it's just been really helpful. And then also when I do need to cull and say, okay, I need to let these go, it is time, which is very hard for me to toss stuff. Y'all are able to really help with that and get me through to be able to just make it functional again. So
if you had to describe the Green Mountain Space quarterly membership in one word, what would you say?
Easy. I would say easy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We love to hear that.
It was easy to sign up. It's easy to let y'all into my house. It's easy to, like, the time that y'all are here is lovely time, and I don't dread having other people in my house because it's y'all. And it adds more ease to my family life. Easy.
Who would benefit the most from a quarterly home organizing membership?
Parents, particularly parents of small children that have not gotten on board yet with really dedicated systems and chores. So I don't know, maybe that goes until like age 25. For how small is a small child? It takes a minute to be dedicated to a system. But no, I think parents would really benefit from a membership. Being able to break up the cost is really great. Being able to stay ahead of problems and not behind them, it's great. And just knowing that there is someone who's going to come and help you. In our world these days, being a parent is a pretty thankless task, and there's not a lot of support out there. So finding these ways where you can add in a layer of support for yourself, I mean, it goes a long way.
As someone who identifies with being neurodivergent, how does hiring an organizer and being a part of our membership program help you with those specific things?
Yes. So yeah, very neurodivergent, two-parent neurodivergent home over here. Probably kids too. I mean, apple doesn't fall far from the tree. We are always doing what interests us, and other stuff can fall to the wayside. It's nice having some safeguards that help us with what is priority versus just what we're interested in. As time goes on, all of my little ADHD piles start growing in the corners, and I'm like, I can't put this away, but I have to have it here just in case. And then I forget about it. And then and then I try to clean it up, and so I'll invent a system to clean it up. I say, I got these baskets, and they're just for the piles, and I'm going to walk around and put things away one thing at a time. I will find anything to do but that. I'll do anything but put the things away. Um, and I have a lot of trouble with opening mail, and I had this moment of grace for myself where, in looking at my kids and what I want for them, I have to want the same for myself. And so that kind of self-love where I say, you don't have to be good at everything, but you need to try. So I do try. And the time in between the organizers is time where I really try. And then I also say, and when you need help, you can call and help. So I do the same for myself with the same kind of love and say, I need help finding a place to put this stack of mail until my wife can open it. That's not going to be annoying, and I need help actually getting the piles away. And usually actually having the presence of people doing the thing, like putting it away or making a system for it, or asking how I think about it and then mapping a system to how I think about it, my clothes. That in itself is a kind of inspiration for me to be able to like renew the tidying up of stuff as an interest and not just a priority that I'm going to leave off, because I don't care about things that are supposed to be priorities. I just want to do what interests me all the time. But suddenly I've seen this whole stack of things get put away, and I've been asked questions about them, and I I suddenly am interested. So when the organizers leave, I am able to really maintain a system for a while, and it's great. It feels really good. They help me put away all of my little piles and make systems for how I think and not just how they think it should be. And I am able to help upkeep those systems because I get interested in the process of watching them do what is for me the unthinkable, one tiny thing away at a time.